Blog Talk Radio.
Archangels, ghosts, and Bigfoot, oh my. It's just another night for Supernatural Girls. Real stories, real answers to life's biggest supernatural mysteries. And now for another exciting interview with paranormal experts from this world and others. Here's your host, paranormal researcher Patricia Baker, on the one, the only Supernatural Girls.
Welcome, everyone, to another exciting episode of Supernatural Girls Radio. I'm your host, Patricia Baker, and I'm here with my co-host, Patricia Kirkman, PK. How are you?
Fabulous. We've had a wonderfully warm day, lovely breezy weather. It almost gives you hope again. Beautiful.
That's wonderful.
I've been looking forward to this one for a long time.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Well, it's a crazy world out there. A lot of people hunkered down, hiding in their houses, which they should be doing, and keeping themselves safe and the rest of the world. Good idea. Until all of this blows over, which hopefully will be soon. So in the meantime, I know you've been hunting numbers and coming up with some ideas for our audience. So what have you found?
Well, everybody had a restless night or difficulty getting up this morning feeling tired, but it's that 7 Universal Day, and whenever that takes place, we're kind of slow and draggy. The mind doesn't shut down, or we're trying to do too many things at one time because we can't put everything in its proper order. But tired, yes. I think everybody feels a little bit of that, worn out. And when we're dealing with the 7, we get a feeling of not knowing quite who or what to trust. And so, of course, when we take a look at what's happening throughout the world right now, there is little trust. And that's one of the things we're going to have to pay attention to. We're trying to do the best we can, but we can't control what's happening. And that's challenging us to learn to control or respond to things in a better way. The difference is the power is within us to accept what's going on and to try to make it better by taking care of what we know, our neighbors, who needs something. Everybody is reaching out to help one another. And I think that has made a big difference. Some people, we're getting calls from neighbors who say, do you need something? Where before, they didn't care whether you were on the street or not. But people are starting to pay attention to others and to take care of one another. That's, I think, very, very important. Our power is in loving thy neighbor, taking care of them, they take care of us. But I came across something that I had found years ago, and I'm just going to kind of read it if I may. It's a shower meditation. And every time you take a shower, visualize washing away the stress and anxiety. Concentrate on the feel of the water on your skin. Envision the power of the water washing away your negative thoughts. Feel sadness, regret, anger, and depression washing right off of you. Let it go down the drain. You'll start to feel lighter and much more clear. And I think we all need a little of that right now.
That's beautiful. Yes, and when we go to take a shower, it's a perfect time to do that kind of visualization and support ourselves.
It's quiet. It's that peaceful moment we have between us and the powers that be.
Yes, exactly. What we've been told about this virus, both on and off the air, is that they've identified several sectors of it, and two of them are very similar to terrible flus that make you feel bad, but there is a third vector that is bioengineered, and that is the one that is deadly. And if you get exposed to that, that's the one that's taking down young people, fit people, people with no underlying health conditions. So you never know what you're going to be exposed to, and this thing lives on cardboard and metal and plastic, and in the air. So it does make sense to not tempt fate. Don't socialize, don't go out to parties, which is ridiculous at this point.
No, that's
and,
sure.
Yeah, yet young people are doing it. They don't understand, apparently.
Well, they think they're immune, unfortunately.
Yeah, that they're not. And young people are finding out they're not, and now they're getting ill. But it's not just getting ill. This is a potentially very deadly virus. So it is nothing to take lightly. And all the people that are home, good for you. Let's continue until we're all completely safe. So
and do wear a face mask.
Yeah,
it's really more important than you think. And somebody says, well, I don't need one. Maybe you don't, but what you may sneeze or produce may be important to saving somebody else.
Well, it may be. And as you may all recall, we had Captain Randy Kramer on the show. And this was weeks ago, before all this started. And at that point, people were kind of poo-pooing this and saying it was no big deal. And Randy came on the show and he said, you're not going to like me for saying this, but this is going to be very bad, and it's very serious. And he went on to explain a lot about the virus and what else is going to be coming down the road. And if you haven't heard the show, you can listen to it. We have all of our archives on Blog Talk. Just go there and listen to the show with Captain Randy Kramer when he spoke about this before it really got started. We're going to be bringing him back once he surfaces again. He's gone dark, but when he comes back, we will have him on the show. He was a wealth of information, and the next time he comes on, he's going to be talking about what's been happening with these people that have gone missing in our national parks and elsewhere. He has some really, really critical information that he's going to be passing on to our audience only. So we look forward to seeing him again on our show. And we also have some great paranormal stories, as usual, on our Facebook page. We have one about strange alien encounters on Russian space stations. That's from Mysterious Universe. And we have more UFO sightings. We also have a young Indian boy who is a prophet, apparently. He correctly predicted the start of the coronavirus, and he says it's supposed to end May 29th. So that is his prediction. And
I like that idea.
Yeah, I like the idea of this coming to an end.
That's right.
And we also have another article from Mysterious Universe on spies, secrets, and an alleged alien base. So go take a look at the Facebook page, and please follow and like us there and on Twitter. Helps us out when you do that, and you also get helped out because you get to know what we're up to and what we're bringing to you next. There's so much breaking news, so much going on in the world. We're looking forward to what Captain Kramer promised us, some disclosure coming about within, now it's 5 months to 16 months. So hopefully we're going to see that happen in our lifetime, and that would be great, very exciting. But for tonight, well, what PK and I wanted to do for all of you is offer you something special, something powerful that will change your life for the better, help you get rid of your stress, help you embrace health, and stay safe. And who do we have but the best person in the world for this? Kerri Kannan. Now, she is the creator of Consciousness Creation, and she's going to be giving us tonight free consciousness creation for everybody in the audience. You're going to learn how to harness the power of the divine within you tonight and use it to stay healthy and safe and let go of the stress surrounding the pandemic. Now, Kerri is the author of Uncovering the Divine Within and the founder of the Awaken Life Expo and World Awaken Project. And we have a link where you can also click on it. It's divinewithin.com, and you can find out more about Kerri's work. So we're going to bring her on, and we're going to do some great consciousness alignment tonight. So, Kerri, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Patricia. And hi, PK. So nice
Hello,
to be
darling.
with you ladies.
We're very happy to have you with us.
So give us just a
awesome.
little bit of background. You've been on the show a couple of times, and people may or may not be familiar with you. I'm hoping they are. But tell us a little bit about how you got into this incredibly powerful work.
Okay. I'm going to try and truncate it as much as I can.
Okay.
You want the 5-minute version or you want the 20-minute version?
Just the 5-minute version, because we want to go right into the consciousness alignments.
Yeah. I discovered after, life tends to throw me things. I'm one of those spiritual radical people where I tend to go to really deep lows and then, higher highs. I'm apparently one of those that I don't like to have a dull moment. And during one of my lows, I was struggling with realizing that I had a weird dynamic with men and money. And this is after I'd done like 20 years of spiritual work. And I was, in this, like I had grown up in a upper middle class family. So, and my stepmother was a flight attendant for TWA. So I had never really experienced lack in my life before getting divorced. So like my dad owned a steakhouse. My stepmother was a flight attendant for TWA. So our vacations were, flying over to Europe, just landing at the airport, figuring out where we were going to go, fly to Europe, and then come back. Or if there was no food in the house, we would go to my dad's restaurant and have steak. So, I grew up in a pretty affluent lifestyle. And then after I got divorced, I all of a sudden was experiencing, what a lot of people experience in, financial lack and things like that. So it has been it was a learning curve for me. And so during this one particular time, my ex-husband and I had gone through multiple custody battles, and he kind of would use that to try and control me. And I saw that I had this dynamic going on, not only with him, but with someone who I was doing some web design work for while I was trying to get my coaching going. And I saw that I had this weird dynamic where men and money and control issues and all this ickiness was going on. And I was like, ooh, yuck. I see this pattern in my life, and I want it gone. And I put in a prayer request to Silent Unity. And then a couple minutes later, I came across this woman's work that does something very similar to what I do now. And I listened. So this work, as the audience, all you need to do is listen intently and say yes to yourself. So I listened, and I was panicking about money because I had just had my children extracted from me, and this gentleman who I was doing web work for, I didn't want him to be my client anymore, and that's where the majority of my money was coming from. So I asked that this pattern be erased from my life and replaced with something better. So immediately, 95% of my income disappeared. And instead of going out and looking for a job like a normal person would do, I was sitting on my couch after I listened to this woman do this thing that I'm going to do here tonight or something similar. And I was just asking, is there anything that I can do to bring in some money? And I got just wait. And I was like, okay, is there anything I can do now, like 5 minutes later to bring in some money? And I got just wait. And at the time, I was doing a podcast called World Awakened Talk Radio, and I was also doing some audio editing. That was the one other gig that I had that didn't have anything to do with men, where I was doing audio editing for this woman, and I listened to one of her guests, and I wanted him on my show. So I asked him, if he would like to be on the show, and he wanted to do a pre-interview. So I was like, that's great, let's do that. And because I had nothing else going on, I was sitting on my couch asking how money could come in. And so we did this pre-interview, and he asked me during this pre-interview how many people I knew, like the woman who I was doing audio editing for. And I was like, I don't know. Those are my people, hundreds. And he said, if you can get me interviews with people like that, I will pay you $500 a pop. And I was like, how many do you want? And he said, as many as you can get. So I was able to get about 10 a week. And he was paying me $500 a piece. So, you can do the math. So all of a sudden I went from making $250 a month because I had that one gig that was paying $250 a month to $20,000 a month in like the blink of an eye. And I was like, whoa, there's something to this. So I wanted to find out, how did that lady that I listened to do that? And in all of her interviews, she said, if people would ask her, can you teach me, or how can I learn how to do it, or whatever, she said, oh, I could tell you how to do it, but I'm the only one with a gift, so you wouldn't be able to do it anyway. And I got irritated. I got pissed off, And because previously, like 10 years before, I had actually gone to a spiritual, like a spiritual, like intensive study course, and I healed somebody's hand spontaneously. So I knew that it was a possibility. I knew that I could do it, and I, in fact, knew that anybody else could do it, but we needed to unlearn what we believed and relearn who we truly are. And so I started practicing with friends, and all of these really cool, miraculous things started happening in people's lives, and they're still happening. You know, like chances are from this, show, somebody will get in touch with me and say, Kerri, I listened to you, and this, and that happened, and thank you so much. So it's really, really cool. So that's, in a nutshell, my short version.
Well, that's great. It really did bring you down a completely different road. But
yeah.
I know that the power of what you do also lies in the ability that you have to intuit what people really need. So somebody might put something out there and say, I want this, but you are intuitive enough to know exactly how to phrase it and expand it so people will get the best result. That's another talent that I've seen you have and use effectively with our audience.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I know you also wanted to bring up not just pandemic fears and clear that. You have a big, long list. But you also wanted to talk about domestic violence because that is on the rise.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
In this
and
country.
It will be after this housing that situation
right.
we're all in.
Yeah. So I think what's going on now is we're all being forced into our current situation. Like, we're being forced to look at our lives, the people that we're living with, the people, that we surround ourselves with. Because really, as far as like unemployment and things like that, the government is trying to do the best that they can to make sure that, people don't go under.
Right.
However, everybody is kind of they're stuck in their situation. And the gift in this is that we are reevaluating our lives. We're reevaluating who do I want to spend my time with? How do I want to spend my time? And unfortunately, in the domestic, in a lot of situations, domestic violence was there to begin with, and now that dynamic is becoming, sort of multiplied, and it's expanding, and it's an opportunity for people to see, is this what I want for the rest of my life? Unfortunately, a lot of people feel trapped. Like, people are literally trapped right now in their situations. So that feeling of being trapped is huge, a huge part of this. And it's almost like, how the pendulum swings both ways. As high as it swings one way, it'll swing as high the other way. So I feel like this is showing people how we may have, compromised ourselves, how we may have settled, how our family dynamic that we grew up with has influenced the situations that we're in now. And so what I would love to do is, perhaps do a consciousness alignment around feeling trapped and around sort of empowering people to be able to move beyond or make a plan, get clear on what they want. Because a lot of times when we feel oppressed, we know that we want out, but we have zero clarity on, okay, what exactly do I want? Okay, I know I want out, but what is my plan? How do I want to get out? And once we can get clear on how we want for our lives to be, who we want to express as, then the universe can fully support us 100%, even more. But we need to make the decision first. So perhaps, aligning people to be able to get clear and make an empowered decision while they're, in this situation to get out, and perhaps even to create a sort of easiness and relaxation in the household so that whatever dynamic is going on can sort of diffuse a little bit. Because, it's hard to make a plan when you're scared to death because you have too much adrenaline going, and, it's just difficult to even think when you're stressed. So
I agree.
Maybe that would
There's
be a
couple
good
things I'd like to add, if you don't mind, to this whole issue.
Sure.
Because having been a therapist for so many years and working with people, it's not just domestic violence. There is domestic abuse without violence. So if you are feeling emotionally, mentally beaten down and abused by your partner, that is just as serious as if somebody puts their hands on you. So don't minimize that, because that type of bullying, it just tears you apart from the inside.
I agree with you. One of the things with that is this physical abuse heals. Emotional abuse is with you forever.
It really is.
It's a little bit more insidious,
Right, yes, it's very insidious, and I think a lot of women who get involved in the situation, not that it can't happen to men, it does, but more often I have seen this with women, is they'll look the other way and think, I've got kids, I've got to manage this. But as a friend of mine said one time, and she was a victim of domestic abuse, which turned into a nightmare story that you all may have seen on 2020. It was the story of Nancy Tyler and her husband, Richard Shankman. And he ended up, they were getting divorced, and he was very bitter about it. And he ended up burning their house down and also kidnapping her at gunpoint. So she never thought she was going to see her kids again when that happened. But thank God, watch it on 2020. It's an amazing story of how she got out. But she had a great quote. She said, I always thought I could manage this abusive man, but the bottom line is you can't. You cannot manage an abusive person, period.
No.
You can't. So that's a very important quote that she gave to all of us, and I want to pass that on. The other thing I want to share is lately in the news, there have been wives who have been murdered by their husbands and their husbands' girlfriends. Now, why is this important? It's important because if a woman is getting involved in somebody else's marriage, what they have to know is that they are giving support to that man in that marriage to do harm to their wife and possibly their children, which has happened a number of times.
Right.
And so getting involved in a marriage, somebody else's marriage, and buying the bullshit, oh, he's unhappy, she's so mean to him, or whatever crap they feed you, you have to know that you're an accessory to murder if something happens to that wife and those children. You precipitated it. You encouraged it. So to have such a lack of a moral compass and not be willing, so being so desperate for yourself and your own narcissistic needs that you cannot see the damage and the potential harm, the potential death that it will cause, that needs to be dealt with. And I am disgusted with women who participate in that so unconsciously and to the point where the wives are murdered. As far as I'm concerned, they're accessories. So if you guys out there are involved in a situation like that and you think you're entitled, you're not. And you need to back down. And if you've heard this man you're involved with who's married say that he wants to get rid of his wife or whatever, and you don't go running to the police, you're an accessory to murder. So you all keep that in mind. It's a really important thing that rarely gets discussed is the involvement that that happens, when these people just don't have any kind of moral standards. They get involved. Oh, I fell in love, and he said he was unhappy. Give me a break. It's time to grow up, be responsible, and understand that your actions in somebody else's marriage have severe consequences, and especially if that man or woman or whomever is abusive to their partner, whether it's physical, mental, or emotional, you are lending power and strength to that man to go and do it. So keep that in mind. There's a lot of factors here that people tend to overlook. I'm sorry, what did you want to say, PK?
I said it's also true of a situation where the man has been abused and the woman uses that to get rid of everything. It's a two-way street. They have to pay attention.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't mean to just talk about it in terms of
no, I know you didn't. That's why I wanted to
bring
up the fact that we do know that it's a two-way street.
Yeah, it's a two-way street in that women can also do it. But what is more often in the news, let's face it, it's the other way around.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I mean, yes, let's be fair. It can be any partner doing it to any partner. But when you look at the news reports, you are seeing wives murdered, children murdered, because somebody was having an affair and wanted to get rid of the family so they didn't have to pay child support, so they didn't have to pay alimony. You know, and that was all set in motion by the woman that came into that relationship. So
and there's another part of that too. There is that, you know, if a man would be willing to do that with one wife, what's to say he's not going to do it with when he gets bored with the next one?
Well, you're right. I mean, apparently a lot of these women have not learned the Dr. Phil lesson, which he has said multiple times. If he's going to cheat with you, he's going to cheat on you. And that's the God's honest truth. But a lot of women don't care, and that's wrong. I mean, this is where women betray women, where we don't stand up for each other, where we interfere with no moral compass, and we cause harm, because in some cases death to children and a wife for their own selfish needs. And I'm just saying, hey, ladies, wake up. It's time to not act like a bunch of assholes. If you're that needy, get into therapy and figure out why you're that needy. So it's time to be self-responsible. And I think that's the other lesson involving this virus, is that everybody needs to be self-responsible. Take a look. You know, what are you doing? Are you helping somebody, as PK said, or are you hurting somebody? And get honest with yourself about it. So that's my soapbox for the night. But it's a very important issue. And Kerri, I know we talked about it off the air, and I was thrilled that you brought it up and that you wanted to address it for our audience. It is so important on all levels that we get clear about this issue. So go for it. Are you ready to give us an alignment?
I am. So do you want me to start off with the domestic violence, or do you want me to start off with like
Why not?
the sickness
Let's
and
start
stuff like
there,
that? Okay.
And then we'll move on.
Okay. All right. So let me just give my little instructions for anyone who has never had a consciousness alignment. So what this is you actually don't have to do anything. This is me aligning your consciousness on your behalf for you, and all you need to do is listen to what I'm saying and say yes to yourself. And this whole topic that we're talking about regarding the domestic violence, feeling trapped, being beaten down emotionally, I'm going to try and leave it as broad as possible so that it can apply to you in your life in the way that most makes sense. So, and a lot of times, like what Patricia was saying, is that, I'll deliver something in a way that can be broadly interpreted, but you personally will interpret it in a very specific way, so it will actually affect you in a way that is unique and specific to you. So here we go. So you just need to say yes to yourself and listen to my words. Please don't be doing the dishes or folding laundry or be distracted while I'm doing this, because it's important that you listen to what I'm saying. Okay, here we go. Thank you, divine consciousness that lives in, through, and as all things, is both the voice that speaks and the ear that hears, is all potentiality, and every thought, every idea, everything we see, everything we hear, everything we feel. It is everything in life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Releasing this person now across all time, space, dimension, and reality, going down their mother's side of the family and their father's side of the family, releasing them from any relationship dynamics where they may feel trapped, or they may feel like they're not looked at as an important person, or where they're devalued, or where they feel that they're a second-class citizen, or where they feel that they're less than someone else, or that someone else is superior to them in some way. Thank you, thank you, thank you for releasing this person now across all time, space, dimension, and reality, going down their mother's side of the family and their father's side of the family, going back 10,000 generations, and releasing this person from any feelings of being less than, or of feeling like they're not adequate to a task, or where they feel that they've been beaten down, whether that's emotionally or whether that's physically or somewhere else in their lives. Thank you for releasing them from that now in every level of consciousness, every strand of DNA, every vibrating molecule, and every spinning atom. Thank you for deleting, uncreating, and transmuting any genetic contracts or energetic parasites or energetic curses that this person may have brought to this point in their life now. Thank you for deleting, uncreating, and transmuting that now across all time, space, dimension, and reality. And thank you for releasing them, even from things that I may not think to ask, that is specific and unique to this person. And thank you for imprinting this person with a new consciousness where they feel empowered to have a better life for themselves, where they feel empowered to release themselves from a feeling of being trapped, where they feel confident and secure enough in themselves, and they have the clarity that they need to take the steps to move forward. Thank you for imprinting this person with a consciousness that allows them to know what they want and lighting the path clearly and fully in blazing glory so that they can take their steps that they need to take without even having to think about it. Thank you, it's already done. Thank you, it's already done now. And thank you for strengthening this person and empowering this person to take these steps, however big or small these steps are and however big or small it seems to them. Thank you for providing this person with a support system, whether it's a known or an unknown support system, so that they can take these steps and change their lives in the way that they desire to change them, whether it has anything to do with a relationship issue or whether it has to do with their job or their housing situation or their family dynamic or their health and well-being, whatever that situation is, however they may feel trapped in their situation. Thank you for empowering this person now to see this experience as a learning experience and as a gift, because it is so clearly showing them what they would like to be different. So thank you for imprinting this person with the courage and the strength and the clarity of knowing what they would like to see different and then taking those steps to move forward in the direction of their greater fulfillment now across all time, space, dimension, and reality. Thank you, it's already done. Thank you, it's already done now. Thank you, it's already done now across all time, space, dimension, and reality. And thank you for empowering this person to harness the power within them and move confidently forward in the direction of their greater fulfillment. Thank you, it's already done. Thank you, it's already done now. Thank you, it's already done now. Okay, everybody, take a deep breath. And push it all out. And take another deep breath. And push it all out. Okay.
That was wonderful.
Wow. Yes,
very powerful.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, moving right along, because I know we've got a lot of things to cover tonight for consciousness alignment. I don't know where you'd like to go next, but I know we had talked about finances and having people build security around that. So there's that to talk about. There's the pandemic fear. Where would you like to go next with all of these, Kerri? Uh-oh. I think we lost Kerri. Yeah, I think she disappeared in the energy.
Okay.
She will be calling back, I'm sure.
Yes.
But that was a very powerful connection.
Oh, wasn't it though? Very, very much so.
Here she is.
A lot
again.
of things
to
think about with what's transpiring these days.
Wow. I guess it was so powerful I got kicked off.
I know.
Yes,
Really.
you just pull yourself away. Don't take any more deep breaths like those last ones.
Right.
Took you right off the air.
So where would you like to go next, Kerri, with so many alignments to do tonight? Which one would you like to do?
Let's do, so I know a lot of people are afraid of other people. So a lot of people are walking around afraid of other people. So let's do that, afraid of germs, afraid of getting sick, fear of financial loss, and all that kind of stuff. So let's work on, all of those fears, starting off with other people and getting sick, because it's kind of like, people are walking around and they're, afraid of other people. So I'd like to sort of alleviate some of that and, all of that fearful stuff. And then I'm going to replace it with preemptively your body producing antibodies for, different, for the virus or any virus or, bacteria or, whatever one might get, germs, basically. And I'd also, I did just now one for imprinting with clarity, courage, and strength to reset your life, basically. So we can do that, a little bit of that again if we want to, but I would like to do it more relating to financial things.
Okay.
And, we'll just kind of see what happens from there, and maybe one for purification, because I did one of those for my own group call, and that was really great, so that might be good too. And then I'd like to end off with peace and ease, because the more at peace we can be with ourselves, the more at peace our world can be with us, and people kind of catch that vibe. So I think that's big on what we're experiencing now. So,
I agree with you.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So let's start with fear of other people and germs, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, divine consciousness that lives in, through, and as all things, is both the voice that speaks and the ear that hears, is every idea, every potentiality that we can possibly imagine. Thank you, thank you, thank you for releasing this person from the fear of other people now across all time, space, dimension, and reality in their physical body and their etheric body. And thank you for releasing them from the fear that they will catch germs from other people or of listening to the news. Thank you for deleting, uncreating, and transmuting any obsession that this person may have with listening to the news. And thank you for creating within them instead a sense of deep peace, calm, and relaxation so that they can be at ease with their life, at ease with what's going on, and they can instead see the gifts that this is bringing into their life to show them how they would like for their life to be different and then move forward in that direction. So thank you for releasing this person from the fear of germs so that it can just flow in and through them. It could just flow out of their experience. Thank you, it's already done. Thank you, it's already done now. And thank you for preemptively imprinting this person and infusing this person with antibodies for any germs that they may come in contact with, so that even if they were to come in contact with it, it would maybe show up as like a little sniffle or as sleeping a little bit extra, sleeping a little longer, but no real difference in their lives. So thank you for preemptively creating these antibodies in this person so that they are immune and they're inoculated to this virus and to the germs that are just living within our world. Thank you, it's already done now. Thank you, it's already done now across all time, space, dimension, and reality, going back down their mother's side of the family and their father's side of the family, going back 10,000 generations, so that they inherited a genetic lineage and the consciousness that they know that their body will fight off anything. Their body can fight off anything. Thank you, it's already done. Thank you, it's already done now. This new inherited consciousness that they have, knowing that they are immune. They're immune. They're preemptively inoculated against the germs and the bacteria and the viruses of the world. Thank you, it's already done. Thank you, it's already done now across all time, space, dimension, and reality. Thank you for infusing this person with amazing antibodies so that they just live their lives and they're already inoculated. Thank you, it's already done. Thank you for imprinting this person with an immunity to getting sick across all time, space, dimension, and reality so that they can be at ease and relaxed in their body and in their life and with the people that they see so that they can have compassion for these people and they can be at ease with people and they can be relaxed with people so that whatever it is that they're experiencing can flow through their life with ease and it can just flow through. Thank you, it's already done. Thank you, it's already done now across all time, space, dimension, and reality. And so it is. Okay, take a deep breath. And push it all out. Take another deep breath. And push it all out. Okay. I'd like to go into financial fears of the economy, of loss of income, of financial loss, of uncertainty of the unknown, and imprint with clarity, courage, strength to do that financial reset. Because, this is making us look at all different aspects of our life and see what we want to do. So I'd like to focus on that financial thing. First of all, before I do that, how did that feel, the inoculation, the preemptively, infusing people with the antibodies? Or do you want more of that?
I think it felt
good?
great because, we're so tuned in to the opposite. We're so tuned in to how infectious this is, how easy it is to catch, and that's what we're now programmed with, is that way of thinking. So you've helped us to reverse that way of thinking into protection and into understanding that we do have what it takes to keep ourselves healthy and not be infected. So, yeah. I think that's a really big change and a really big shift in our consciousness going forward.
You know what too, I've been thinking about this a lot, and especially since people have been asking me to do consciousness alignments for this. So from Kerri's belief system, and Patricia, you know me better than most people. So I see that everything is consciousness, which is why in the beginning of each consciousness alignment, I remind myself and everyone who's listening that every idea is also you. So this coronavirus is an aspect of consciousness, and consciousness lives through you and me and, Jupiter and everything. So it's an aspect of you, and of me. So to be afraid of it, it's being resistant to it. And if we can just allow it to be there and allow the other people to be there and be at peace with, okay, this is what's going on, then it can move through our experience more easily. And we all know this. So we may be stressed out about something or whatever, and then, we'll just let it go, and then it can just flow out of our experience. And this happens in different areas of our life, but when something like this comes up, we forget. We just forget. So if we can just be sort of, at peace with it, thank it for what it's showing us, because it's showing us some amazing lessons, and, allow it to flow through our experience, then it doesn't have to be our enemy. It can be our friend, and we can thank it and send it on its merry way. So anyway, yeah, that's my thought.
I think we're ready for another shift in consciousness. So
okay.
Take it away,
Right.
Kerri.
Go for it.
So we're going to do the financial loss. This is what most people are, even more afraid of, I think, than the virus itself. So here we go. Thank you, divine consciousness that lives into and as all things is both the voice that speaks and the ear that hears, and is all potentiality. It is one consciousness phasing in through and as all beings. Thank you, thank you, thank you for releasing this person going down their mother's side of the family and their father's side of the family from any fear of not having enough, or any fear of financial loss, or any fear of loss of income, or any fear of a collapse in the economy, or any fear of uncertainty or the unknown, however that may show up in their lives, whether it's financial, whether it's through their relationships, whether it's through their health and well-being, or whether it's through whatever that they would like to do in their joyful fulfillment. So thank you, thank you, thank you for releasing this person from this fear of loss, from this fear of loss across all time, space, dimension, and reality in every level of consciousness, every strand of DNA, every vibrating molecule, and every spinning atom. Now, thank you, thank you, thank you for releasing their mother's side of the family and their father's side of the family going back 10,000 generations, so that they've inherited from 10,000 generations a new consciousness that is at ease and relaxed and allows the flow, the affluence of abundance to move through them with ease and clarity, and just in such a way that it's almost like breathing air. Thank you, it's already done. Thank you, it's already done now across all time, space, dimension, and reality. Thank you for imprinting this person with the recognition of the gifts of what is important to them and the gifts of what this is showing them. Thank you for making that so clear to this person now, and thank you for imprinting this person with inspired ideas and creativity that this is bringing them so that they can transmute the situation that they have been in and move into and reset their lives so that they can step right into a new reality. And thank you for imprinting this person with a new consciousness that they have inherited from 10,000 generations to be able to move forward with strength and with clarity and with presence of mind, of knowing which steps to take because their path is so clearly lit. Thank you for creating a sense of gratitude in this person, for being shown what is important to them. Now, thank you, it's already done. Anything in the way of that, going down their mother's side of the family and their father's side of the family, going back 10,000 generations, that they may have inherited from their energetic or genetic family lineage, whether it's contracts, curses, parasites, stories, limiting beliefs, whatever that may be. Thank you for deleting, uncreating, and transmuting that now and replacing that with this new consciousness that they can confidently reset their life now, and they are magnetized to new financial opportunities that bring meaning to their life, and they are inspired with creative new ideas that they can bring forth and that are accepted and loved by those within their sphere of influence, and that they are taken to a new level. This person is taken to a new level in their life because they are now seeing how powerful they are and how powerful their gifts are and how important they are to life itself, because their contribution is as important as any other contribution, because the universe, consciousness, lives through them and has chosen to experience itself as them. The entire universe is experiencing itself as this person. So thank you for imprinting this person with the knowledge of how deeply important they are, and to allow them to shift with grace and with ease and effortlessness so that they can move on to the next aspect of their lives as we move through this transformation. Thank you, it's already done. Thank you, it's already done now. Thank you, it's already done now across all time, space, dimension, and reality, and so it is. Okay, take a deep breath and push it all out. Take another deep breath and push it all out.
Wow. Another great one, Kerri. We certainly all need to reset our financial situation given what's been happening. And I wanted to take a short commercial break here and then come back and talk a little bit about when you mention how you're clearing 10,000 generations back and all the genetic programming, why that's important. I think it'd be a great question for you to answer for our audience, okay? So, everybody stay tuned. You are listening to Supernatural Girls Radio, and we will be right back.
Pure essential oils, specialized minerals, and a revolutionary anti-aging technology. Astridian combines the best of all scientifically proven ingredients in easy-to-use creams, lotions, and concentrated serums. Astridian's advanced line of products take your skin to a new level of being healthy and beautiful. We offer a variety of collections that address all your skin concerns. The Essential Anti-Aging Series treats and moisturizes your skin for a long-lasting, younger look. The Multivitamin Series promotes healthy skin with high-quality vitamins and minerals. The Sports Series restores skin from cellular damage and stress. Astridian also offers a revitalizing solution for hair and a professional series for doctors and medical spas. Visit astridian.love today and begin your new journey to healthy, beautiful, youthful skin. Astridian, beyond your expectations.
There are a lot of psychics out there. How do you decide which one is right for you? You look for someone who empowers you, who's practical and spiritually connected, who says, here are your opportunities, here are your challenges, and here's a way to deal with them, and then gives you your own toolbox to make your life everything you want it to be. Hi, I'm Corby Mitleid, and that's how I work with you. As a certified professional tarot reader, I've helped thousands of people for over 40 years through my toolbox. Cards, past life retrieval, numerology, spirit guide conferences, and mediumship. Whether it's career, relationships, finances, or your spiritual road, together we can replace your confusion with clarity. And you'll probably find a little laughter along the way. Visit me at CorbyMitleid.com to find out how to cross your bridge from fear to fearlessness and fly. And tell me you found me at Supernatural Girls for a special gift with your reading. Corby Mitleid, the practical psychic for catching your tomorrows today. Find me at CorbyMitleid.com. That's CorbyMitleid.com.
Your property tax bill. Have you seen it lately? It's frightening. Your property taxes are going up while your home value is going down. It's time to fight back and win. For the real truth about the property tax system, get attorney Pat Quintilian's book, Are You Getting Screwed on Your Property Taxes? How to Find Out and How to Fix It. Attorney Quintilian answers all your questions and gives you the facts you need to fight a property tax bill that is spiraling out of control. You'll also read about what happens to property owners who don't check their property records, only to find out too late they're taxed on square footage, fixtures, and even buildings that they don't own. Is this happening to you? Learn your rights. Buy attorney Pat Quintilian's book today. Are You Getting Screwed on Your Property Taxes? How to Find Out and How to Fix It. Available on Amazon.com.
Are you frustrated with endless mantras, affirmations, and processes that promise to align your life with your dreams, only to find yourself years later in the same space where you began? Do you feel like you must be doing something wrong because nothing seems to be working? Don't you just wish that someone could shift your consciousness for you and your life could align with your desires without all the effort? Well, your wish is about to come true. Hi, I'm Kerri Kannan, and I have a gift that allows me to align the consciousness of others to be in harmony with their dreams. The best part is, it requires no particular effort on your part. Upon listening to a consciousness alignment, people have reported instant energy shifts, financial windfalls, soulmate connections, healed relationships, physical healings, and more. To gain access to a free trial offer for my entire Manifesting Miracles library of consciousness alignments, go to commandmiracles.com now for details. Again, that's commandmiracles.com for information about our free trial offer. That's commandmiracles.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Supernatural Girls Radio. We've got a tremendous show tonight with my co-host, PK, Patricia Kirkman, and our guest, the real, here she is, live and in person, Kerri Kannan, who is kindly and generously doing consciousness alignments for us during this very critical time in all of our history. So it's been wonderful so far. And Kerri, I started a question with you before we went to break about the 10,000 years of clearing and the genetic clearing. Tell us about that and why that's so important.
So, first of all, we don't know our, history, our Earth history. We have stories about what our history is. So when I say 10,000 generations, a lot of people, kind of laugh. And I probably laughed at first when I started doing it too, but it just kind of came to me, But the 10,000 generations, so we know that we have certain things that our parents do that we do. So the older we get, we're like, oh my God, I'm turning into my mother. And, that happens generationally. And I learned once that, like, your last name is sort of like your values, your beliefs, blah, blah, blah. Like the last name that you're born with, it kind of, people within a family kind of have the same, very similar, let's call it, attitudes towards things. Like, you may not get along with your parents or whatever, but, there are a lot of things that are the same. And specifically, like, through our history, we have this history of women being treated one way, men being treated another way. And, that really hasn't changed. Like, we've become more modernized and, women are, now earning money and stuff like that. And, like, they're we're able to, hold a job where previously we weren't. But, still there's a lot of that sort of second-class citizenry, that a lot of people feel, women feel in all the cultures across, all across the globe, except for probably some Aboriginal cultures and maybe, like Iceland or something. But for the most part, there's still remnants and relics of that. So, and that goes for everything. It could be financial things, illnesses or, whatever. Like people will say, oh, the last 6 generations of my family, the men have died of heart disease. So, that's imprinted. It's imprinted in you that you're going to die of heart disease or whatever. So that's why I do that. I just try and eliminate all that going all the way down the line and imprint with a new consciousness that just deletes that and imprints you with a new consciousness so that it's easier, so that you're not fighting against your genetic programming and your genetic lineage and the energetic, the energies that you were raised in and that your ancestors were, have sort of passed down to you. So that's why I do that.
Yeah, I think that's very important because we all have this programming that comes generationally, and a lot of times we're very unaware of it. Yet it impacts us every single day, and it basically takes us off track so we can't reach our goals, and then we end up frustrated. So clearing that out of the way allows us to be aligned. But if it's left there, it's kind of like two things can't occupy the same space at the same time. So we need to make room. We need to get rid of the blocks so that we can make room for our goals to take shape. But I'm sure you find this all the time, Kerri. I know I do, that so many of us have these blocks and we get frustrated because they're there. We're unaware of exactly what they are, and they stand firmly in our way. But these types of consciousness alignments that you do have the power to remove them, even if we don't know what they are, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, because it's kind of like I'm not, me as Kerri, I'm not all knowing, and so I kind of leave it open to my helpers, to clear that, or consciousness itself, because consciousness knows, it's intelligent, and everything in consciousness is intelligent. It's got an intelligence to it. Like, why does a rock hold the shape of a rock? It's because something is telling it, this is what you are. You're a rock. This is your shape. It's not like the atoms, like everything's disintegrating. There's an intelligence that holds things together. So, so that intelligence also knows what needs to be removed in order for someone to be able to achieve this, higher degree of fulfillment or joy or whatever. And we know what that feels like. So when you feel joy, like for me, I feel like an effervescence in my body. And it's like being in love or something like that. So, and it doesn't have to be all the time, but I generally have like this state of just overall like happiness or contentedness. And that's sort of my just state of being. And, not everybody has that. Not everybody's content. A lot of people are, really pissed off. So, to remove those things and allow for something better, like a happier, more joyful experience, we just get rid of all that family generational stuff so that those things can happen. Because I feel like everybody would like to be content, at least content with their lives, if not sometimes completely ecstatic,
Yes.
So.
Well, and also, we all know the premise that is a very important natural law. Whatever you focus on, whatever you put your energy into, is going to grow. Now, obviously, we've been fed a lot of news, a lot of bad news about the virus, the pandemic, being in lockdown. And so I want to suggest to everybody to replay Kerri's alignments and also know that in every moment you're making a choice on how you want to feel and where you want to put your energy. And the more that you put your energy into something you like, even if it's the smallest thing, look for something small, like an Oreo cookie or something that you really love that you don't eat all the time, but you're going to treat yourself. So put the joy into that moment. Let yourself have it. it is very important to find something to feel joyful about in the midst of chaos and crisis, because when you focus more on chaos and crisis, it creates more chaos and crisis. It's a tough pattern to break, but it makes a lot of sense, and you see the benefit of it when you do it, that you're going to keep your focus on the best of the best, the things you like, the fresh apple that you ate the other day or whatever. That's where your focus needs to be. And that doesn't mean that you're going to ignore social distancing and taking the right vitamins and eating the right food. But it does mean that you're just going to pay attention to all of this stuff in balance. Mm-hmm. So what are we going to do next, Kerri?
So I'd like to do a little bit about imprinting, like releasing fears of being safe, however that shows up in people's lives. You know, it kind of covers the whole sickness, domestic violence, you know, all of that, the being trapped, you know, all of that. And so release the feelings of fear of being safe and imprint people with a state of being at peace and ease, because the opposite of feeling, you know, scared, you know, of not feeling safe is feeling at peace and at ease. At least to me, that it is. You know, like even in these uncertain times, I'm actually, and I probably shouldn't even say this during this time, I'm actually excited to see what's on the other side. Like I am like, holy mackerel, look at this reset. So just to give you an example, you know, prior to this whole thing, you know, we were all freaking out because we didn't know how we were going to curb our appetite for polluting and, you know, carbon, like our carbon footprints and all of that. We're like, we can't possibly stop, you know, global warming, or we can't possibly change, you know, in time for our children and our children's children to have fresh air. You know, we can't do that. And it was inconvenient, you know, so I felt that, like, looking at this, like, I didn't even think about it before the whole pandemic thing happened, but now looking at it, I'm like, it's almost like the earth is a sentient being, and the Mother Nature aspect of earth was like, oh, I have an idea, I know what to do. And then, boom, like this pandemic happens, and people are not driving like they used to. They're, you know, China is not polluting. We're not polluting. Venice, the sediment is settling. And I'm very excited to see what will happen on the other side of this and how we will take that and adapt and change, because now we know that we can adapt and change. So I'm excited to see what's on the other side of that. So anyway, that's just my little soapbox. I don't even remember if you asked a question regarding that. But
that's okay.
Well, we're seeing things that we haven't seen in years or been privy to because pollution and everything else. And I think people are going to stop and think once this settles down. I pray they do.
Yeah, me too. And we can see. We can turn on a dime, which is why it's so exciting to me, because, you know, I'm all about empowering people to claim who they are. And if we can stop polluting to the degree that we were, what more can we do? Because that seemed like the impossible feat. And now we've done that. We've been there, done that. So what else can we do? You know?
Yes, exactly.
So I'm excited about it. So, which I probably shouldn't tell everybody that I'm excited, but I am.
But so, no, you should. Right. And I think it's all part and parcel of where you put your focus, because where you put your focus, it's going to make things grow. And at this point, most people, if not all, are pretty sick of the negativity and having to focus on the virus and the amount of new cases, the amount of new deaths. And so this is a different approach where you focus on something you're happy about and you stay with that, because that's going to make more of that come to you instead of more of the depressing news of the virus. Not that we shouldn't know about it. We should be informed. But it starts to become brainwashing. So, okay, so what are we going to do now?
All right, so let's do, actually, since I was just talking about, let's do so releasing fears for safety and imprint with feelings of peace and ease because we can see how adaptable we are. And when somebody knows how adaptable they are, like I said, it's kind of like been there, done that, and then it's almost like a world of possibilities can open up for them, and they can confidently step into a new reality. So I'd love to do that. So, all right, you ready, ladies?
Right.
We're ready.
Go for it.
All right. Thank you, divine consciousness that lives in, through, and as all things, is both the voice that speaks and the ear that hears, is every potentiality, every thought, every idea, every gesture, every sound, every sight within the universe, in consciousness. Thank you, thank you, thank you for releasing this person now from any fear that they may be unsafe or that they are going into unsafe times, however that may show up, whether it's in their relationships or with their health or with their finances or with their goals and dreams. Thank you, thank you, thank you for releasing this person from any fears of not being safe or any fears of the unknown now across all time, space, dimension, and reality, going down their mother's side of the family and their father's side of the family, going back 10,000 generations so that they inherit a new consciousness that allows them to feel safe and secure and at peace and at ease and serene within their experience, to be accepting of their experience now across all time, space, dimension, and reality. Anything in the way of that, going down their mother's side of the family and their father's side of the family, going back 10,000 generations, delete, uncreate, and transmute now. Thank you for releasing them from any energetic or genetic imprint or inheritances that they may have, including contracts, curses, parasites, limiting beliefs, stories, or anything else that may be in the way of them experiencing full peace, ease, and serenity now. Thank you for imprinting this person with a new consciousness that allows them to realize the tremendous feat that they have just accomplished, or that they are currently accomplishing, with shifting their lifestyle now, and recognizing how completely adaptable they are. And thank you for imprinting this person and giving them the strength and the fortitude of knowing that they can reset their lives at any moment. They can change their lives on a dime. Thank you, it's already done. Thank you, it's already done now across all time, space, dimension, and reality. Thank you for hardwiring this person now to know that they are strong and they can change and they can they can push that reset button and they can do anything that they can imagine. So thank you for creating a clarity within this person through this peace and ease and serenity and the presence of mind, so that they know what they would like their life to look like, and they can confidently take steps and use this time as a catalyst to move them forward in the direction of their dreams. Thank you, it's already done. Thank you, it's already done now. Delete, uncreate, and transmute anything in the way of that, going down 10,000 generations of their mother's side of the family and their father's side of the family. And thank you for imprinting them with 10,000 generations of family lineage, where they know that they can decide on anything and they can do anything in their lives at any time. At any time. It is never too late. It is always a good time to start fresh. Thank you, it's already done. Thank you, it's already done now. Thank you, it's already done now. And so it is. Okay, take a deep breath. And push it all out. And take another deep breath. And push it all out.
Excellent.
Yay.
Very good. Very
now,
good indeed.
Kerri, what if somebody wants to get in touch with you and they have a specific goal they want to reach and they want your help with consciousness alignment? How do they get in touch with you? Where do they find you?
There are a couple different ways that people can engage this work. First, if you're not familiar with my website, and you would just like to have, I have on divinewithin.com, I have where you can sign up. You can get like 5 different consciousness lines to just check it out. And that's sort of just by signing up for my mailing list, and then you would get a workbook of my Uncovering the Divine Within workbook as well. And then there's other levels. So the commercial that you play for my Command Miracles, that's a monthly group call where I do exactly what I'm doing here, but I do it with people asking me for different things. So, somebody might have like a back issue or a relationship issue or whatever they have going on, and I will take requests through the call. It typically lasts about an hour, maybe a little bit more. And that's at commandmiracles.com. And then, I can do private ones as well. So those who are part of the group commandmiracles.com for the Manifesting Miracles group, they can also do private consciousness alignments with me. I think you can buy one, or you can buy a package of 3. And then also you could send me an email, and I teach people how to do this. I have a 12-week program, and I'm also I've thought of doing 3 different private mentoring, like one-on-one mentoring with people. So if you're interested in either of those, either the 12-week program where I do it with a group, or learning just one-on-one mentoring with me, then just send me an email to support@divinewithin.com. And all of that, like if you just signed up for the newsletter, you can get in touch with me and ask me about what those things were. And I think there's also information about that when you sign up. So the starting point would be divinewithin.com, and then everything else can kind of fall in from there. So
that's terrific. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for all of that. Now, I've got some text requests coming in. People are saying, well, I like the larger scope, but what about the basic things like paying my rent or making my car payment or something like that? Can we get more specific? There's that question.
Yeah, absolutely. So align with basic needs. I'm sorry, I'm writing. I like to write them down so that I have them in front of me so I don't get lost because I'm blonde. So, all right, align with basic needs and money showing up as needed. Okay. All right. All right, so we've got money showing up as needed. What else would we like?
Any ideas, PK?
I'm just thinking here. I'm so enthralled with what we've put out so far. I'm going, what would be next?
What about health again? Because that's something we could structure as our basic need. That the need to be healthy.
Learning to focus. I think a lot of people have difficulty focusing.
Okay. Focusing.
And anything else?
Okay, and clarity.
I don't want dead air here on our show.
Okay, we've got
dead air ever on
clarity.
our show.
Health and basic health as a basic need, and I'm going to do the financial basic needs.
Yeah,
and
because sometimes I think the larger universal picture of abundance escapes people. They're thinking, I've got a rent to pay. I've got groceries to buy.
Right.
So I've got insurance payments to make. So I think we need more specifics in this.
Okay.
In this
so
crisis.
I'm going to release the fear of not
I'm
having
going to
money.
also add something about safety to this, because I've noticed in some of the things I've been reading that elderly people are being targeted in shopping centers with they're coming out with their groceries. They're being attacked and robbed of their groceries and things. Who would have thought we'd reach that stage?
Right. Okay. So fear. So you want me to say fear of being attacked?
Yeah.
Fear of not being safe. How about that? Of being unsafe?
I think that's an excellent way to put it.
Okay. Okay. All right. And not having enough So I'm going to do fear of not having enough money and panic around not having enough money, and fear of being unsafe, however that shows up. And also, safety. And money showing up as needed. So I want to just remind people of that story in the very beginning when I talked about how I listened to something like this. My lag time was about 2.5 weeks, where I went from making, where all of the majority of my income went away, and I had $250 a month, really. I was down to that, to making $20,000 a month. So just to remind people, and all I did was I was sitting on my couch meditating the whole time, and I just did what came naturally. So with this work, you will find that the universe just lands things in your lap. It's just like poop, poop, poop. It just kind of lands. So
that's great.
And so I'm going to do a conscious alignment to release the fear and panic and all of that people may be feeling about not having enough money, and imprint with, being at peace and open to possibilities, and being able to listen to your guidance and have it be loud and clear, where you don't even realize that your guidance is guiding you. You're just doing the things that would come naturally, and boom, things will land in your lap. So you don't even have to worry about being in tune, because that's the greater part of you that'll just orchestrate everything on your behalf, and it'll just land it in your lap. So I'm going to...
That sounds magical.
Okay. And that's what I'm going to do. Okay.
Okay.
So here we go. Thank you, Divine Consciousness, that lives in, through, and as every single idea that there is every person, every place, every thought, every emotion, every color, every sound, everything. Thank you, thank you, thank you for already releasing this person from any fears that they have about not having enough money. Thank you, it's already done. Thank you, it's already done now across all time, space, dimension, and reality, going down their mother's side of the family and their father's side of the family, going back 10,000 generations, and delete, uncreate, and transmute any thoughts, any ideas, any beliefs that they may have brought to this point of now that tells them that they should be fearful of not having enough money. Delete, uncreate, and transmute that now. Delete, uncreate, and transmute that now. And thank you for releasing them from any genetic or energetic imprints that they may have brought to this moment of now that tells them that they should be fearful of not having enough money. Thank you for releasing them from any genetic and energetic imprints, any contracts, curses, stories, limiting beliefs, or anything else that may be in the way of them experiencing full financial abundance now across all time, space, dimension, and reality. And thank you for releasing them from the fear of the unknown now across all time, space, dimension, and reality, going down their mother's side of the family and their father's side of the family, going back 10,000 generations. And thank you for imprinting this person with a sense of peace and serenity, and so that they know that they are always taken care of. They know that they are always taken care of. Thank you, it's already done. Thank you, it's already done now. Thank you for imprinting this person with a new consciousness that allows them to see that the various points in their history, however far back that history goes, thank you for allowing them to see that they've always been taken care of. They've always been taken care of. So thank you for deleting, uncreating, and transmuting any panic and uncertainty that they may have carried to this moment of now. Delete, uncreate, and transmute that now. Delete, uncreate, and transmute that now, going down their entire family lineage. Delete, uncreate, and transmute any limiting thoughts, any energetic patterns, any genetic patterns, any contracts, curses, parasites, stories, limiting beliefs. Now, delete, uncreate, and transmute that. And thank you for replacing that with a new consciousness that allows them to be at ease and relaxed so that everything that they desire in their life can flow to and through them. Thank you for releasing any resistance in their life, regardless of how that shows up, because fear shows up as resistance, and we block it from coming to us. So delete, uncreate, and transmute that now. And thank you for ensuring and fortifying and gracing this person with having all of their basic needs met, and beyond, so that they're not only surviving, but they are thriving. Thank you, it's already done. Thank you, it's already done now across all time, space, dimension, and reality. Thank you for money showing up exactly as it's needed, exactly as it's needed. Thank you, it's already done. Thank you, it's already done now. And thank you for creating within this person a sense of ease and patience and serenity so that they can be in a state of infinite peace and patience. And that state allows for everything that they desire to flow to and through their lives. Thank you, it's already done. Anything in the way of that, delete, uncreate, and transmute now, going back 10,000 generations down their mother's side of the family and their father's side of the family. And thank you for creating within them a consciousness of being at peace and at ease with infinite patience. Thank you, it's already done. Thank you, it's already done now. And thank you for showering them with a storm of gifts and beauty and majesty and grace and gratitude and abundance in their lives, in all aspects of their lives, whether it has to do with their paying the rent and buying food, or whether it has to do with their emotional needs, or whether it has to do with their dreams or their joy or their happiness or their children or their health and well-being. However that shows up, however that person is desiring for that to show up, thank you for dropping that in their lap, and allowing it to show up as if it's a miracle, just gifting them, just landing in their lap, as if the universe has anticipated their desires and their needs. Thank you, it's already done. Thank you, it's already done now. And thank you for this person looking at it and saying, wow, the universe is providing. Thank you, it's already done. Thank you, it's already done now across all time, space, dimension, and reality. And thank you for replacing any fears of being unsafe with a new consciousness. They are always protected. Thank you, it's already done. And thank you for imprinting this person with a consciousness that allows them to naturally, without any particular effort on their part, avoid anything that may be contrary to them being safe. So thank you for always aligning them with being safe now across all time, space, dimension, and reality. So they don't even have to worry about it. They are naturally always safe. Thank you, it's already done. Thank you, it's already done now. And thank you for allowing this person to have clarity of knowing what they desire while they're seeing that all of these needs are met. While all of their needs are met, that or something even better. Thank you for imprinting this person with a clarity of what they would desire next. Thank you, it's already done. And thank you for imprinting them with the knowledge that they are always taken care of, and the peace and the serenity that accompanies that. Thank you, it's already done. Thank you, it's already done now across all time, space, dimension, and reality, in every vibrating molecule, every strand of DNA, every spinning atom, and every molecule and cell within their being. Thank you for radiating and vibrating that with a new sense of peace and ease. Thank you, it's already done. And relaxation. Thank you, it's already done now. And so it is. Okay, take a deep breath. And let it all out.
Wow.
Take another deep breath. And push it out.
Wow. Well, that ran the gamut. I mean, it took us from one state into another altered state, That was so powerful.
Good.
Thank
yeah,
you so
it was
wonderful.
really great. I feel waves all over me from that one. It's tremendous. Oh, my.
Good.
Yes. So it is important to know that Kerri has the ability to help you to get what you want in life and to change your consciousness, to find the divine within, and create something different than what you have right now that's better, that's more positive, that's more supportive, it's more loving, it's more kind, that this is all possible. And now the weekly calls that you have, Kerri, that people can participate in, do they have to be a member for that?
So they're monthly calls. And, there's a membership program. You can sign up for either, 1 month at a time, or you can sign up for a year. There are two different options there. But there's 5 days of free, you can listen to the call from the previous month and the current consciousness alignments from that without, during the free trial. And then the library, I don't know how many consciousness alignments I have in that library right now, but there's probably close to 200 consciousness alignments in there. So, and they're all short. They're like these. So, it'll be 3 to 5 minutes probably for each one, but they cover a whole bunch of different topics, pretty much whatever you need. I think I even have one for like finding your keys instead of spending 2 hours looking around the house to try and find your keys when you've lost them. So
that sounds familiar.
But yeah, so that one is it's 5 days free, but that is a monthly like paid membership program. But it's not that much. I think it's like for the whole year. I think it's like $97 or something like that. Or you could do monthly. So yeah,
that's excellent.
Great.
It's another great bargain to, again, help shift your consciousness. It's where you're putting your attention. It's where you're putting your energy. So if you join up with Kerri and you put your attention on something like this, it's positive. It will make a positive change, which is what we all need right now. And I also want to mention our guest, Tom Palladino. He's coming back in a couple of weeks, but until then, if you go to our Facebook page, you will see how to sign up for a free 30-day scalar treatment for the virus. Now, here on Supernatural Girls, we support Tom's work. We do not claim that anything is being healed. This is up to Tom to tell you what it can do and what it can't do. But on our Facebook page, you will find a way to sign up for that, and he is offering free 30-day scalar treatment for the coronavirus. So you can check it out there and decide for yourself if it's for you. It does not require a credit card. You just go and sign up and send by email a photograph of you, your family, your pets, anybody that you want treated. And he has lots of other things there to be treated. If you're interested, you can take a look on his website, which I believe is freescalar.net. You can also look it up under Tom Palladino. So anyways, but he's coming back in 2 weeks to explain more about scalar and also the effect it's been having on the people that have asked for treatment that have had the virus. So it would be very interesting to see.
I had a treatment from Tom, and I used to get cold sores all the time, and I don't get them anymore. So it worked for me. So anyway.
Oh, that's great. Yes,
that's
great. Another testimonial. Right. Excellent. So, my goodness, Kerri, what an exciting evening this has been with you. This is terrific. Do you have any other last words of advice for our audience members?
I don't know. I feel like, just if people can just be at peace with what's going on, know that this virus is an aspect of you, so it doesn't have to be your enemy. It can be something that we can learn a lot from. We can change course. I feel like, it can be a really positive thing, but it's all about how you see things, right? It's all about perspective. So, I try to keep a positive outlook on life, because I know that the more positive an outlook I keep for my life, the more positive my life seems to show up. So, even in all of this, I still, I'm feeling like, I am being very blessed right now with just sort of the way things are unfolding and my life is unfolding. And I feel like a lot of that has to do with this work and my outlook, because it's not really any different than many people, but I'm just feeling very sort of excited to see what happens next. So, and I feel like, again, a lot of that has to do with the work that I do and just my overall outlook and being able to reframe things, I guess, in a way to try and be able to see the positive in it instead of dwelling on the negative. So if I can impart even a minimum, like a mustard seed of, that to other people and, help you to see things that it can have a positive outcome, and, it can be great for everybody once this is all over. I just feel like, if we can look at it that way, that's how it'll show up.
Well, thank you again, Kerri. This is a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for everybody. And look, you can share this show, everybody, with your friends. The power of these consciousness alignments will still be there if they want to listen to the recording, so feel free to pass it along. In the meantime, we're going to be looking forward to another show next week about pet contracts, how they come back here just for you. And until then, we will see you on the Blue Highway. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Thanks for listening. Tune in next week for another radio adventure with Supernatural.